Alright, my bad for starting so late, but I was eating, and then I had a bunch of homework to get done, so I was just getting all of that finished up. So, should be good for like an hour or something. I don't know. It's gonna be a shorter stream for sure. Unfortunately. Not much I can do about that. Well, let's see how far I can get in this like hour or so. I should be able to go to like 12. We'll see how I feel. Let's just try to go for that counter. I think this game is boring. It's like you're not doing that much, but honestly, it's quite fun. It can be kind of eventful for a little bit, but I don't know. I wouldn't think that I would enjoy it, but I actually kind of do. There's not gonna be much talking from me until something actually starts happening, which is kind of my worry with this game. Okay. We've got a good counter evasion build going right here. I don't want to mess it up. So far, not too bad. Probably a better way to do that. It's a lot of defense. I'll sacrifice some evasion. No, I'll keep that. Keep the ring there. I'll see. I guess it doesn't matter that much, but I am kind of blocking. That. So. I think that's a bit better. Kind of. I could just put it there. Or where's this chat? Chat's up there. I think that's fine. That's really like, what's better, having chance that the enemy doesn't hit you at all, or attacking the enemy faster and getting health back. I'll just take it. Right now, no. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get a lot of defense right now. Oh my goodness. Jeez. That was really bad. Yeah, I think getting vampirism is definitely the way to go right now. Making a build here is really rough for me. I just kind of pick what looks good. I don't really pay much attention to other stuff. I feel like I don't really have a sense for what's good or not. That was a lot. I'm not sure. I kind of want that region, but let me see how much vampirism is doing for me. 3, 4. So I already have. Well, what are we replacing? It'd be 2.4 every time. Four, 3. That's just a pure upgrade. Sometimes it just gives you something that's really shit. And it's like, why would I ever pick that? Sometimes it's hard to be nice. Mm. 24 evasion. Okay, that just... Can I just not take from them or something? I guess that's alright. I don't know. That's gonna be annoying. You know, keep the vamp prison for now. Yeah, I can't stand the damn goblins. Everything else is fine. I just can't deal with the damn goblins. Just got extra stuff. Yeah, this is actually pretty good build right now. Yeah, no, the two skeletons I can deal with. It's the damn harpy. It really messes everything up. Attack speed is good, but having that regen, I think, would just make my life a lot easier. Oh, that's annoying. Since every bit of healing is opposite, except for the potions, regen literally saps my health. I just got a better regen, so that's actually horrible. Oh, that's great. I think I can afford this. I'm ready to get rid of that. Regen. Because that's just screwing me over. Might just straight up die here. don't think I'm surviving this. It's probably a mistake, but yeah. Just say fuck it, go all out on the attack speed. Yeah. Not much I could have done there. That was really annoying. And it was probably a dumb idea to just change out of the build I was already going for, but I didn't expect to get... It was taking that damn regen without remembering that healing was poison in the swamp. I didn't really think about it. That run was kind of dead the second I took that regen. Whatever. I am alive, but how? Thanks to us. A small group of us dragged you... Oopsie. Thanks to us, a small group of us dragged you back here. It wasn't easy. How did you fight off all those monsters? They nearly killed me. That's also interesting. Many of them were vanishing right before our eyes. Some we managed to avoid. But I think most of the monsters were gone before we left the camp. I think your trips are deeply connected to your memory, my friend. It all fades as soon as you space out for long enough. Huh. So it's like, essentially, like a different world. Like it exists for each individual. Like, would it even exist for these people since they're not even like knights or attuned to combat in any sort of sense? And I wouldn't think that they would have memories of fighting monsters unless like the monsters attacked their village or some shit. That's interesting. It's like in terms of story, I don't really remember much. I mean, I know the skeleton attacked the world, destroyed everything, blah blah blah. But like in terms of like the little bits of lore, like I started playing this like 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. So like I barely remember anything. Don't think I have enough to even build anything. Guess I could build... No, I already have a farm. Yeah, we're going for that refuge. Halaknar. Yeah, I guess I can go for the refuge. Let me... Next to a village. I don't have a village. Guess I'll keep the cemetery. And I just have a grove. And if I decide to put chrono crystals, I guess I could just... Oh. Let me just take them out, because I'm not going to use that. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll see. Let me try to actually stick to one build this time. I'm not sure of me. Keep it like that for now. That was a mistake. I don't know why I forgot how much I hate the fucking rat wolves. Haven't really been getting much vampirism. can't get 2 mountain peaks. Interesting. Regen is really doing some work. Hold off on that for now. That seems fine. I think I'll risk one more. Hmm. 80. messed up here. Attack speed slowly gets phased out. Don't think I have enough. I do, actually. There are exiles even in exile. Hero, don't go too hard on the lost souls who found respite in wine and gambling. That's been going alright, thanks. And I had only done 2 runs or something. Had a really shit run the first time because I switched the build midway through. I was going for vampirism and counter, and then I switched, and it I got regen, and really good regen, and then I forgot that the swamp card makes the healing, except for the potions, do damage to you. So I was essentially just losing health really fast, and it just killed me. I switched it out, but it just screwed me because I was in the middle of a run, and I was at loop level 9, and the enemies were doing crazy amount of damage. It completely screwed me. But this last run was pretty decent, and I survived. But I just got the rogue class, so yeah, I got some decent progress so far. Don't go too hard. Why don't you take a seat and pick yourself a poison to drink? We're not here for the. That's strange. This place, this life, it all feels so familiar. Now we're talking. So you found a living on the road? Bit of robbery maybe? Or collecting bounties for some unlucky souls? It's as if someone else knew and did all this, and now I have their knowledge and skills. I somehow literally have 2 aces in my sleeve now. And this coin purse, I think I stole it too. Wait, that's my purse. You don't believe me? Well, feel free to come by if you want to discuss your new trade. I didn't become this good with knives by working in the kitchen, you know. Since we're not technically becoming a different person, we're just... I didn't realize that. Because he is a knight, but he becomes a rogue. You unlock a new class that your character... Because you're just the protagonist. I don't know why I didn't remember that. He literally became someone else. It's actually pretty interesting. So yeah, 5 more. Now 1 more. That's gonna take a while. Because I need the village card to do the wheat. So wheat fields. Seems really annoying. There was no vampirism. There's no regen. It's just critical damage. Additional class stats. So you start with Vampirism. I didn't even look at this. 2% more damage for each second of the fight. Huh. That's actually interesting. %, enemy strength per loop. And enemies have negative 5% strength. Alright. I've done this a couple times. Alright. This does nothing for me. So we can only really put one thing for one mountain peak, which makes sense. It'd be kind of annoying if you're like 7 and then there's like 7 harpies coming each time. That would just be a pain in the ass. It's alright, you put the stuff in the bag and then when you loop, you get stuff for it later. Yep, okay. 88, 89, 172. Right, boots. 6, 10, 16, 11, 17. Man, I forget I was going the opposite fucking way. So now it's at the end, it's actually gonna be kind of annoying. Critical damage. I didn't realize you could change the freaking... I don't know why I didn't know that. I know what it takes to actually get a crit. Like how much? 10% chance. Okay. That's fine. And I get rid of that as soon as possible. What? You get a single bit of wood. But yeah, I'm quite close to getting it. I'll do like one more with the rogue. interesting. They changed how that works. Probably said it in the description of the class, but I just wasn't really paying much attention to that. It's actually a pretty good class. I always like crit builds. They're usually really hard to actually get done. wasn't gonna survive. I think I'll do one more run. Every time. We'll see. Build isn't really forming in my head right now. I think I'm going for evasion, but not fully sure. Alright. Appreciate the raid. Rainsing Games. Hope you're doing well.
I
Why is
recently had
that-
jury duty, and there was somebody there who was just like
Why is
working
that so
on stuff, and
late? I don't get it.
somebody asked for a pen, and they reached into their bag and had a pen, and just because there was
That
nothing
appears so
going on,
fucking
I
late.
like noticed
Really understand.
something in their bag, and I was like, hey, like, I don't mean to be
Let
weird,
me let
but
this
is that a
clip play
character sheet
first.
in there? And she was like, oh yeah, I play D&D, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. And she
I'm
said,
doing well.
yeah, I wanted to
Appreciate
play,
you for stopping
so
by.
I just decided to pick up the materials,
This
and
clip
I'm
is on.
DMing for a group of my friends now.
I think I have the max
Never played the game
clip
before,
length to be
decided
like
to
1
DM,
minute,
and I'm like, that's awesome. That's so cool.
but hope stream went well, man. For anybody who's new here, I'm Indigo132. I basically only stream indie games. Currently playing a bunch of roguelikes. It's kind of a mixed bag. Currently playing Lupio right now, but I mean the main games I'm doing Hades, Night in the Woods, and right, just finished Pyre. I'm gonna start Undertale, replay of Undertale for like the 10th time. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a great it's night for me, but great day or whatever time it is for you guys. Probably gonna end in a little bit, but either way. Yeah, no, it's a chill little game. It's nothing. It's not like my favorite game in the world or anything. It's definitely not my favorite roguelike. It's very unique. Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's kind of a. You play it for like 30 minutes and then you stop. For me, at least. It doesn't feel like there's much to bite into for a couple runs. Like, you kind of have to go over and over and over, especially with being able to end the run and get all your stuff, so they don't really incentivize you to do like a super long run like other games do. It's a bit more merciful in that sense, but it's also a bit less. You have to do multiple runs just to get some decent amount of progress, which is like nice, but also a bit tedious. Yeah, no, especially with it being mostly RNG. Like, it's not very. I don't know. It feels like there's not much meat in the game, so to speak. Like, with it being so much randomness, there isn't really skill exactly. But I enjoy it to a degree. It's kind of just like a more relaxing game. You don't have to think as much. It is what it is. It's not a bad game. Just I feel like there could be a little bit more. And I want to say it's because I'm early in, but I feel like if you have to play like 10 plus hours to get to the good part, then it's not really a great game. I don't know. I like giving games their chances, and I got this for free, so I'm not really going to be complaining. But there's only so much I can get through without it wowing me before I'm just like, is this really a game I want to play? Yeah, no, I got it on Epic Game Store. So any game I get for free, I'm not really going to complain that much about it. I mean, if it's bad, it's bad. I'm going to criticize it, but I tend to have a bit more of a bit more tolerance for stuff. It's different when you like pay 30, 60, $100 for a game. Maybe pre-ordered it, you got the deluxe edition, and then it has a bunch of bugs. But like, got something for free or for like $5. It's not that good. Yeah, no, I mean, it is. It's a good little game for what it is. I don't mean that in like a condescending way. It's just like it's got a small scope. It's not like super expansive or anything. It doesn't have a bunch of stuff going on. It does what it does, and it does it well. Yeah. I think it's harder to do kind of smaller, cozy games like this. It's not really like a cozy game in the traditional sense, but I feel like it's cozy. Like, I enjoy it. I don't have to think too hard about what I want to do. It's not like stressful. I can just play it and just enjoy the music, So but yeah, I think that first game is always nice. I mean, I don't know much about game dev, but I would imagine you'd learn the most from your first creation. And it kind of set the roadmap for what you want to make later, the reception it had, what genre you like making, all that kind of stuff. Against the Storm. didn't even look at what game you were playing. I saw you stream, I just didn't get to see the actual gameplay. Against the Storm is kind of a vague name for me. I'm assuming it's actiony, but it could be any number of genres. Maybe I should search it up just to kind of get a sense of what that is. Calmly Sim. Another one that's really not my taste, but it is interesting to see people play. Yeah. Novel concepts are more stuff I enjoy looking at, but I don't really get into a lot much. Damage Control is not. It's not horrible. It's so small a number that it doesn't feel worth it most of the time. That's always like, that's either a pain in the ass or it's really funny, or it could be really funny because it's a pain in the ass. And that's usually just content in general, but I don't know. In general, this game feels like, I mean, it depends. I feel like there'd be certain games that have that I would just not be able to deal with that. It depends on how like difficult the thing is and how much control chat can have over. You know, something like I'm going for a world record speedrun and my chat can mess with me, that's not something I could deal with. But like, you're playing a game and they give you like, 10% less speed or some stupid stuff like that. That doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, I guess I'll just... Do I want to keep going for evasion? I mean, you kind of gotta do the bit. The reason they do it is to mess with you, so it'd be a little bit boring if you were just fine with it. Unless that was your shtick. Yeah, I mean, every streamer kind of has to have that with their chat a little bit. It just livens things up. And it's fun in general to kind of have that back and forth. There are communities I've seen that are just very chill and don't troll at all, and that's kind of nice in another sense. But you have to have like everybody be nice, and that's very rare, so it just ends up being lots of trolling most of the time. Let's see. Luplo for... Oh yeah, no, I mean it depends on... It's mostly depends on your personality type. Cause like, I'm a very serious person, and I have a troll, Walknar, and he's very ridiculous, so it kind of plays on that straight man. I don't even know how you would say it in English. But I know straight man with like a comedy duo, but I don't know what the other part is. I know that I don't know what the other like person in that like duo would be. It's like I know the concept, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Because I've always heard straight man, like I know that as a term, but cause I know in Japanese it's like something. Well, yes. Yeah, I guess not necessarily, but there's like something you bounce off of. Like for there to be a straight man, there needs to be like a situation that's ridiculous for that to be funny. It's usually a person. Like at least in Japanese, I know there's like a specific term for it. But I don't know if there is in English. whatever. Like, it kind of, so in that sense, that's how my dynamic with him goes. But there's different ways to go about it. There's of course like the classic rage and kind of over exaggerate emotions and stuff like that. Vampirism. I only have 13. Guess I could go for, yeah, 31%. It's not bad. Yeah, why not? Vampirism is actually pretty good. I was kind of sleeping on it. Cause it's not really my thing in games usually. It's usually very slow, but it's actually quite good once you start focusing on it, in my opinion. But yeah, no, I don't think this game is very good for streaming for me. Like, I enjoy it. I enjoy playing it, but like the first hour of stream was just kind of no talking. I would make comments here and there, but there's a lot less to comment on, in my opinion. And I can deal with silence. Like silence is fine for me, but I just feel like it's not very interesting to just watch him play the game. I don't know. There's just really not much going on in terms of story most of the time. I don't really have much to comment on. Like, I can say what build I'm going for, like something, but I don't know. Should I sacrifice max health to get vampirism? I don't really think so. Yeah, that is something I've talked about that a couple times on stream, where it's like I have those streamers where like I mean, I don't really do the opposite, but like I would watch something like Hollow Knight. I enjoy watching people stream that, and I'd watch and I'd follow, and then once they were done with Hollow Knight, I would kind of just not watch their streams anymore. Like I'd watch the first couple, and then it'd be some game I didn't really care about. And it's like I like them enough to watch their stream, but not enough to continue after they were finished with the game I enjoyed. Like they didn't capture my attention enough for me to really be there all the time. And there's other streamers where it's just like I'll just sit there and talk with them for like 5 hours straight about random bullshit, you know, or I watch them play games I could not care less about. It depends on the personality, really, and the community to a degree, but mostly the streamer's personality. But there's kind of a disconnect when there's a really good streamer and like I don't really fit into the community. For me, at least, it's just kind of strange because it's like I'm at a party with like a friend, and then their friends are there, but I'm not friends with them, and it's like I just find it a little bit awkward. Yeah, I think it just really depends. I've had plenty of people come in and like watch me play a specific game. Yeah, I mean that's just how I see streams in general. Like you're at a party, kind of open house. Anybody can just come in and hang out. But I've had people come in and chill for like a specific game, and they would like give me advice. Like they talk for a little bit, and then they like leave. Or I have people who follow me who were there for like a specific game, and they're like not here anymore. Granted, I took like a year break, so that's probably one of the reasons, but in general, like I saw them start to kind of dissipate in their view time and how many streams they came to once I stopped playing that game, or in the streams that I wasn't playing that game. So yeah, people have their games that they enjoy watching streamers play. I've tried to kind of choose carefully who I follow, because I've noticed that I'll have somebody that I follow because they played this one game that I liked, and then I don't follow them, like, and then I don't like watch their streams at all after, and it's just like I feel bad because, you know, I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting their time. So there's some people that I follow, and you know, I pick too quickly, honestly. And there's so many people that I've just unfollowed because like I just don't enjoy watching their streams. They're not a bad streamer by any means. It's just there's other people I'd rather be watching, and it's just, I don't know. It's kind of an arbitrary thing sometimes. Yeah, no, I just feel bad. I'm that kind of person where I feel bad about it sometimes. But like if I don't feel any interest in watching a stream, I'm not gonna force myself to do that. Of course, it's a choice, but I don't know. It's strange, like what makes you interested in watching a stream. You know, it's like I still pick sometimes based on category and stuff like that. Like obviously I want to watch people play the games I like, but I choose people that I actually vibe with. Yeah, that's fair. I just try to actually like the person's personality. For me, it's really about the way they treat me. Like I've had people where I come into the stream and I say, "Hey, how are you?" and they either don't respond or like they say how they are and they don't ask me, and I'm kind of particular about that. Like for me, I like people who have manners. It's not a big deal, but it's like I asked you a question, you can't even bother to ask me that back, or like ask how my week has been or something. I don't know. So like if that interaction doesn't really go well, if I don't have a good first impression, I'm a lot less likely to stay in the stream and a lot less likely to follow them. But if I can just like chill with them and have a good time, I couldn't care less about the game. Yeah, no. Because like a lot of the games you play, I would probably never play in my life, if I'm being honest. Like, I have really no interest in those types of games, but you clearly do. And it's just kind of that chill vibe where, you know, you clearly have a lot of passion and interest in those genres and in those games, and there's like just that general atmosphere that I enjoy. So, yeah, no, you can feel that. And when you feel like, when you can see that the person enjoys this thing, whether it's video games or whatever they're streaming, that's when it's like there's something that attracts humans to other humans when there's that energy. Like that's like an example of why I would watch a streamer that plays a game I'm really not interested in at all. But yeah, no, I mean, just it's the same reason why you would like listen to somebody talk about cars when you have no fucking interest in cars. If you're that type of person, just I think it's interesting to hear people talk about stuff they like when you can really tell that they just love it. It's like imagine watching some streamer and they're like totally pissed at the game or they hate it. Like that's not gonna be a fun time at all, obviously. Kind of going for vampirism. Yeah, no, it's just you can feel that love, and it makes you, for me, it makes me interested in the thing. It might make me actually get into it when I wasn't planning on it. And just in general, there's so many like games that I found out through streaming. There's a lot of genres that I don't really care for, but there's something like Last of Us where I'm never gonna play that game in my life, but I love the story, and I've watched plenty of people stream it, and like I've consumed the story through Let's Plays on YouTube and streaming. Oh yeah, no, it's that's why I enjoy playing and watching indie games where it's like if I could be that person who, you know, not even like gets them interested, just like shows them that there's this other game out there. Cause like the indie game is very very popular, but it's also very hidden for a lot of people. So I feel like most gamers aren't indie gamers. Like indie games have been popping off for like the last 5 years or so, but they're not that popular. You know, you got the big, you know, bells of the ball like Hollow Knight, Celeste. You got like the specific cream of the crop that people know about and have heard about, but it's still just kind of in those spaces. Like Celeste is kind of the indie darling of the platforming universe, and Hollow Knight, like Metroidvania, Hades roguelike, all that stuff. Oh yeah, no, it's good, and like to a degree, I don't want. This is my own selfish thing. I don't want indie games to get too mainstream because then I feel like they'll attract a certain audience and like indie devs and stuff like that. I might corrupt it a little bit, but that's more just. I think that's just what happens with all mediums, unfortunately, to a degree. But yeah, no, I mean it's just nice to show somebody somebody something they've been missing, something you didn't even know you were missing. Yeah, I mean the definition will always be the definition. There's always a point where something that's been kind of niche becomes popular. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like something like Supergiant, where it's like they're kind of big now. They're not like huge, but like I don't think Supergiant will ever go like, you know, full mainstream, but they're a lot bigger, and that's the thing with getting progress. It's like that cursed. It's kind of a double-edged sword, where it's like the more progress you get, you start kind of losing who you are to a degree. Like you're becoming a different person. They're a different company than they were 3 years ago. That's just inevitable. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is really up to them, but I think that's just life. Yeah, exactly. It's any medium really. After a while, you're gonna be different. It's really nothing you can do about that. Not been looking at my damn stuff. Yeah. Nothing can really be done about that. Evasion. Yeah, I mean, it's really just managing what you change and picking the best traits. It's not like you have to be indie for the rest of your life. I can imagine an indie dev team becoming AAA and like actually changing the industry. Problem is really the big publishers and everything. I think that's the main issue, and like management and stuff. Once it becomes super corporate, then it's all about the money. Cause I know there's indie devs or like people with that spirit in like AAA companies who want to actually make good games, and then they get crushed by crunch time and publishers and all this other corporate garbage, and it sucks because people just smear the entire company. But it's like it's the higher ups who are messing everything up for everybody. But I think that's just life in general. At least from what I know. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass right now, but from what I've seen in the development space, that's what I've gathered. Yeah, no, I've seen. I don't know if you saw at the Game Awards this year. Oh no, last year. That the head dev at Larian was like basically basically freaking that video was, they didn't even realize that he was talking shit to them. Basically, it was so hilarious. I love that. Yeah, and I saw like a clip of it on YouTube, because I don't really watch that stuff. I just wait until it's all done and watch the trailers. I can't really stand stuff like that, but not talking shit. Like, it wasn't like malicious, but I just found it funny. A lot of them kind of looked confused, like they were like smiling, but you could tell they didn't really know what the fuck he was saying. Yeah, no, exactly, and that's something they can't understand. That's something those people cannot understand because they don't do that. They're not capable of that. They only care about their money. So it was just like, I don't know. I just found it amusing. Like, it's just such a simple and true statement, and like it's not really controversial, but it's like something that's being lost today. So the fact that such a simple truth needs to even be said in the first place, like I just found that crazy. Like, dude was really talking about, wasn't he talking about like somebody who died in like the team or something, and they were like telling him to wrap it up in the year before, and then, like, what was it, the Kratos voice actor talked for like 8 minutes straight, which from what I've seen he seems like a lovely guy, but I just thought that was a bit unfair. That just felt very disrespectful on all sides. I don't know. I just don't like that corporate space. Just feels very stifling, and it's very like high school clique. And like, I don't know. I hate that entire concept. We need a lot more indie devs. Not indie devs necessarily, but yeah, no. So it just becomes a machine. Once it becomes a machine, it's not human anymore. Yeah. It's just unfortunate what happens. Progress is inevitable, but it's not always a good thing. Do I want more? This is 9, 18. Hmm. 27. Still don't have a single freaking treasury. It's kind of strange. Yeah, only on 7. Can go up to 9, I think. Should be fine. Should be. We'll see. Find it funny how bots try to make a space between the dot, the period, and the com or org or whatever to not get banned. Like the streamer's not gonna see it and just ban them. I just think it's kind of funny. Like, you actually think I'm stupid or something? I don't know. I feel like the only streams I would work on is streams that aren't really moderated that well, or people who don't know how to do the freaking. Yeah, I know. Like, I love Saribot and Wisebot are just, they're on top of everything. Well, Automod is kind of trash. I've never had a good experience with Automod. The bots that I have that automatically do stuff, I think are good. Automod is my worst fucking enemy. I don't like it. I completely turned it off. When I got some that work pretty well, I can send you the links if you want. I don't even need mods. I only have one mod. He's pretty busy most times. And I don't really have much of a big stream in the first place to need mods, but Saribot and Wisebot do a very good job. So I'm very satisfied with what they do. I basically don't need to do any actual moderation work myself. So finally, man. Alright, I said I wasn't kidding. But I do have that right there. I just didn't pay attention. No, I'm not. They're not. Literally everything else I can deal with. Goblins just suck so much. Because like one of the only enemies that actually gets like 3 or more each time. They spawn so fast. They attack really fast. They get a buff when their allies die. Like gargoyles attack very slowly. Harpies are annoying in groups. When it's like 2 slimes and a harpy. Harpies by themselves are relatively easy. Skeletons they hit pretty hard, but I usually can get them done. Yeah, no, goblins, especially when there's a chief, they're such a pain in the ass. Like, no. Everything else I can deal with properly, but yeah, managing them is just deleting them off the face of the earth. That's my management. I can't deal with them. It's not worth it for how much freaking ghost of a ghost, man. Yeah. It's just like there's nothing I can really do. I haven't learned how to. I don't know what stats I need to get rid of them properly. I can kill them, but they eat so much of my health. It's usually not worth it. Actually, attack speed. Defense 10. I'm not really I know defense is a good stat, but honestly, attack speed is kind of my go-to. Has Vampirism been doing much for me? 5. Yeah, I know. And this is my first time playing in a while. I haven't really played in a good year or so, year and a half. Something along those lines. Still haven't gotten a good counter build. I don't know. Doesn't do that much damage, so I just tend to not go for counter. And one of my views were saying that countering vampirism is very good, but I just haven't managed to actually successfully get a good counter build at all. I don't know. I think I'll do one more loop. I got the 5. Wood that I needed to get what I wanted. Yeah, no, I just like I see the stats, I see the numbers and everything, and obviously bigger number is better, but I know for sure I should just focus on something. Like if I'm going for vampirism, I should just go for vampirism. Switching in the middle of a run is not a good idea. Like that's kind of the gist of it that I understand. Yeah, no, I mean, I've been kind of messing around with everything. I think in general, regen is pretty good. And then vampirism can be quite nice as well. I think regen, vampirism, and attack speed are the ones I enjoy the most from what I've kind of messed around with. But everything else I don't really... Counter seems alright. Pure damage is, like, cool. Haven't really done much with it though. Defense is just obviously it's defense. Like there's not much to say about that. Damn. I might actually die here. That was rough. Straight to 40. And then 52. Just said don't switch in the middle, but... I did that math wrong, but whatever. Pure damage. Yeah, I've just been kind of sticking with it because of the vampirism, but it's really not much else I got. I think I should be fine here. Lose 12 attack speed. I should be able to survive this. It's kind of close, but I would think gargoyles would hit harder, but I'm glad they don't. I just... The damn mimics are what are annoying. Yeah, no, I can't really survive past this. Pretty sure it's like loop 15 or something, 12, where you fight the boss. Yeah. I'm not risking that, actually. Let's see. Yeah. Evasion hasn't really done much for me. I mean, it can kind of be nice, but it's a bit kind of hit or miss sometimes. Pun not intended. Smelter. I did want this though. I see. You don't have to rack your brains for old facts if you can just learn them again. Nice trick. There's no trickery here. Without education, we would degrade into savagery. You know, you could also learn something new. We could all get together and share useful knowledge and skills. Nah, I already know all I need. I'll leave the lessons to the kids. And here's your first lesson. Learn to enjoy learning. That'll make life easier for you and me both. Fair enough. Only need 5 more for the smelter. Could just get the cemetery. I need to have 25. Then I'll just need 11 more. Yeah, might as well. Thank you. This place is nice, calm. There are people here, but they are quiet. They look grim, but they can tell you much, if you can listen. Huh. Practicing the voices and shit, it's actually kind of fun. And I've said this a lot, but like figuring out which voice suits each person is actually, I find it interesting. Just like kind of, essentially just reading their personality and trying to figure out what works, especially without like having an actual voice being said. It's just, I don't know. There's something about just like kind of trying to get into someone's head and figure out what they're like. There's like hints and stuff, but it's just, I find it very amusing and entertaining. Yeah, I know. I used to not. I'm still embarrassed sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm suddenly super confident and shit, but I'm trying to not care so much. Because most people don't give a shit. Like, it's mostly just me. But I'm... Should we go for one more run? Upgrade it. How do I upgrade it? That's how you upgrade it. The heck is that? Got a lot more progress than I did before. I'll do one more run now that I got some new stuff. Okay. That makes sense. I think I'll just have those there. Be kind of nothing. What is this? Trait. Because they kill enemies when they're at 15% health. But you need to have a grove, and you need to deal with rat wolves. So I just don't. I just kind of have them on my deck to have stuff. Yeah, these are just permanent upgrades for the run. Well, temporary upgrades for each run, pretty sure. It sounds pretty interesting. Alright, I don't have any of these unlocked yet. Alright, last run. So I got stuff to do in the morning. I want to get some sleep. What is this? Guess that's XP. Assuming. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Still don't have a village yet. Give me a lot of wheat, no village. Wonder if it's randomized what cards each enemy drops. Oh. I know that like harder enemies I think it should probably be like in the middle so it'll heal me so I don't die. I think that's good. Let's see what they give me for a quest. Okay. Said they. Oh. So it's just an enemy I had to kill. I don't know. I thought it would actually give me like dialogue. Okay. Do I like get something from the quest? Or do I just... guess it just says they'll make you work, so... in exchange for getting health. You have to kill an enemy. Not to see again. I didn't see any item. I think I already had that there. have to make sure. I might have done this my first playthrough, but I think I did unlock it, and then that's kind of where I stopped. So I didn't really get too far into it. I don't understand how this is supposed to be rare or like uncommon. It's got the color, but then it has like less defense. Oh, Scarecrow. Yeah, I remember not liking these guys. That's a bit annoying. When I figured that's what it was, because it obviously has the pure damage, but it's still just kind of, I just find that funny. Like it's supposed to be better, but the actual main stat that it does. Yeah. I think I remember I had like 3 or 4 of them in one thing. They almost killed me, or they did kill me. Okay, there we go. But yeah, no, it wasn't fun dealing with that. Gonna need to deal with the damn goblins to fight. Put this next one down. I don't really feel like dealing with that. I don't even remember if we killed the quest stuff. I didn't really even pay attention. Did they not give me a quest because there was scarecrows near the village or something? That might have been like a thing. Not 100% sure though. Like I don't remember it. Like it shows a crown above the head, and I don't remember something having 200% health. It would take a lot longer. I think they might not give quests when there's scarecrows, which would make sense because they're being attacked. So, like they won't really have the time to be thinking about quests. They just don't want to die. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't get one before. So it makes a sound I definitely don't remember hearing that. When the region's not really that good, all things considered. Oh, great. Let's see. Is that how those happen? I thought that was just kind of a... thought that was just like a chance for them to spawn, but I guess... yeah. Unless it's just kind of a coincidence. I have to place another one to see if that's the case. I just figured that there was just a chance for a blood path to spawn when you put Battlefield down. But I don't really know exactly how the RNG works. Right, I don't know why I thought this was the other one. Because there's the other one that makes the speed go up, the attack speed. thought it was that, but guess I could put down the. But yeah, no, I just got confused for some reason. Am I really going for vampirism right now? No. Evasion. I think I'll just go for everything that's higher. Kind of get all like focused on specific builds and stuff. I don't know. I just think sometimes thinking about right, yeah. The other thing valuable for dealing with goblins is just deleting them. But yeah, I can imagine. Too many runs have been lost to goblins for me to deal with that. I don't care enough. I have very little patience for that. Honestly. I'm just bad at dealing with them. I can't be bothered. I think they're too much of a risk. 30%. 30% of my max HP, I'm assuming. So half of that should be 15%. So like if I were to pass through the wheat fields, because it has one, I guess this is also considered a tile, since it has like two right there. I'd heal for I can't do that math. I don't really have reach. I guess I do, but it's not that much. Percent defense value. Yeah. And if I end up having like that really is supposed to incentivize you to. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going for. It's very, I'm assuming, incentivizes you to put a bunch of stuff down. So it's like essentially you'd be healing every single time you go in, which I imagine at some point, once you're really far into the game, would be insane. You know, like if I placed every single tile that I got, essentially, every tile would be, you know, every single tile would be healing. You know, one or two is like not that much, but after a while, it'll start to add up. I just don't feel like doing that right now. Artificial life. I understand how slimes are artificial life, but how's the scarecrow artificial? It's artificial in the sense that it was created, but I probably shouldn't try to understand the game logic. Or I guess, I don't know. Like a slime would have like a magic core. I don't know. Trying to think of what could be there. Yeah, no. I'm sure that's the reason, but I'm trying to like actually think of how one would. I guess you would just use magic, but like trying to think the actual technical thing that would be done to create artificial life from a scarecrow. Actually, I guess slimes make less sense as artificial life because they're just goo. I just kind of understood them as like almost similar to bacteria, but I don't know. I'm just trying too hard to put logic where there's no logic. Like, how is this living? I guess it's just like a insect type thing, parasite that mimics chest. Guess that would make the most sense. Yeah. I'll go to 9. Yeah, I guess. I was just more like, what specifically is it? But I think what I said makes more sense to me. Monsters are just so vague. Like, what is that supposed to mean? I don't know. I guess like they're all kind of similar to animals in a sense, in some form or another. But I kind of need real world reference to understand it in my brain. Also, just doesn't make any sense to me. I just write most stuff off as like, ah shit. Yeah, this was what messed me up. Damn it. I mean, most of my rambling is just something that can be ignored for the most part. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I wonder how many you can actually stack in a single tile. I'm sure you can kind of get crazy with it, but I've just never done much with it. It just says it reduces the maximum. Say like the maximum is 5. I think it just takes it down by 1 each time. I don't think it'd be that strong. Yeah. So this specific village would be down by 3 then. I've only ever seen, I think, 2 or 3 scarecrows. Oh, great. Mm. 19. I actually don't have any cemeteries at all. Down to 11. Great. Your blood clots aren't too bad to deal with. It's just kind of it's a bit irritating sometimes. See, now that doesn't make sense to me. Undead, but it has a soul. That just is kind of contradictory. Like, unless it's like a soul that was put into a dead body. I guess, or if just the soul works differently, and I should just stop talking. It doesn't matter. Every time. You don't need to understand everything by some logical process. My brain just gets confused when I don't fully understand. Speed level 8. Should I risk it? Don't even have that much. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll risk it. Whatever. Dealing with the goblins could be annoying, but yeah, they're just so fast. And then that rage ability's just annoying. Like, I don't like Harpies, but I like Harpies better. Not such a pain in the ass to deal with. Oh shit. Depending how bad bandits are, this might be really fucking annoying. Yeah, I just need better damage. Yeah, scarecrows aren't as bad as I remember them being. Might be remembering bandits actually. Hey, I don't remember you. You don't look like a local. That's because I'm not. I see. You think you can just wander these parts without consequences? Yeah. I mean, in general, they don't really have that much health. Just from what I'm saying, they're not that bad compared to like skeletons or goblins or anything. It might be bad with the bandits around though. Times are rough, you know. Nothing to bite, nothing to wet one's whistle. We have to deal with strangers who have no sympathy for our poverty. What? Think you're better than us? No. Did I guess right? Is this the correct answer? It's getting the impression this is one of those cases where my answer has zero influence on what happens next. Well, you got insight. It's the only thing you will keep today. Not horrible. Come to think of it, murders and thieves are part of this world too. My mission is to turn everything back to normal. Should I be happy they're appearing again? I mean, it's just kind of human nature. On the other hand, being disgusted with murder and theft is also part of this world, so I guess I don't owe it to anyone to be happy. I can't really get a read on what his voice should be like. I felt like he should be a bit higher pitched because he looks like a girl. I honestly thought he was a girl at first until they said he, and then I remember he's a man, so I kind of tried to do a deeper voice. It's a bit, kind of just fluctuates depending on who's talking. I don't really have a good grasp on I don't really have a good vision for him. I mean, he's duty oriented. He wants to save the world. He cares a lot about people. Like, he was trying to have negotiations with the vampire and the harpies. And, you know, like, he was huming the bandit. Like, I have some grasp of his personality, but not enough to really know where exactly I want him in that range. What I want him to sound like. I guess just more damage. Just better overall. I feel like there's a lot to think about when it comes to voicing a character. A lot more than I thought there was. So I knew it was a hard task, but I'm getting a lot more respect for voice actors. Just doing this casually. It's not an easy task. Yeah, it's really the evade that they have that kind of messes me up. Okay, man. Like, you're just doing too much now. I don't. Like... I don't really feel like risking it. Yeah, that should be alright. Not quite enough for what I wanted. But yeah, if I had Oblivion, I would have probably kept going. But those 3 goblins felt like they were gonna mess me up. Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a good idea in general. I wasn't really getting many lanterns in the first place. I honestly just, like, for me, I go for the skeletons for the bigger rewards, and the gargoyles and the harpies. I think they're all around the same, like, level, drop level. But I just can't be bothered. Damn, Slime and Harpy. I think both times was the rogue. Yeah, I place a lot of cemeteries. Spiders are just such a pain in the ass. Vampires I don't deal with very well. Forests are just annoying. Oh, no, forest was, it's the regular grove. Yeah, forest is the other stuff. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good run. Let's see who I can raid. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming by. Thank you for that raid again, Green Team, and anybody who came with them. Appreciate Lochnar for stopping by for a bit. Who else? I'm just lurking in general. Appreciate anybody else who might have been lurking. Appreciate anybody watching the VOD. Let's see. Who? There's some people. Hmm. Yeah, why not? But yeah, I will be back tomorrow with Crypt of the Necrodancer. See if I can get to the last zone. I've been stuck on it for like the last couple years, and I haven't even beaten the game yet. We'll see though. Um, yeah, it's a great time. I really enjoy it, but we'll see. Cause I can beat the boss in practice, but then when I actually get to the boss, I get destroyed. So, but if you like roguelikes and you're like kind of rhythmy games, it's less of a rhythm game, but it still has that rhythm element to it. I think it's a great time. It's great music, pretty good story. I think it's a good gameplay as well. I enjoy. I get frustrated when I die in a dumb way, but I'll see you guys. Hope you guys have a great week. See you guys soon. Yeah. Peace out.